Hello YouTube, this is Bub's Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul. I've got a, well actually I went yard sailing this weekend and looking for stuff, like everybody else seems to find. So I didn't have any luck at the actual yard sales. However, I went by an old auction house, and it's like, one of these country kind of auctions where they only put up a few things, and there's like 10 people sitting there in easy chairs bidding on the stuff, and the smoke-filled room and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, but they have kind of a retail side of it as well, where you can just pick through the junk, if you will. And so there were a couple of boxes of comics, so I dug through, and I think I did pretty good. Some of these will end up being for sale, and some of them I'll keep. So most of them I'll keep. So first off, we have Wolverine number 145. That's the Silver Claw edition. Pretty good foil on that. There's one little dimple, like right there, you can see, but for the most part, that's not bad at all. This is an upgrade to the copy that I had, so really happy to have that. Next, we have that one I'll probably sell. So in the past, I've taken my upgrade copies and I keep the upgrade copies, and then I sell my downgraded copies. The problem is that if you're selling on eBay, in my opinion, you kind of want to offer up the best copy you can on eBay, because if people aren't happy with the condition, they'll return it. So you kind of want to, you can take 15 pictures to show every single flaw that's in the book, but if there's that many flaws, you're probably better off selling it some other way, Instagram, or just give it to, an LCS, for a couple of boards or bags or something. So anyway, so lately I've been keeping the downgraded copy because I was already happy with that, and selling the higher end copies for, to turn a little bit of profit. So next we got Wolverine 154. That's got an early Deadpool appearance. Liefeld cover. Actually, Liefeld makes his appearance in this haul quite a bit. Most of the books at this little antique store or auction house were from the 90s. So it was a big 90s haul. So here we have Wolverine 154. Now I remember buying this book, and this is in better condition than the one that I own. And it was like, I want to say it was like 20-something bucks for this book. Similarly, this one, Wolverine 155, another, and you can see the corners on these things, man. I mean, they are sharp. Nice, flat, sharp books. I was surprised at the quality and condition. This one has a little ding bend right there. Not too bad. I think probably the top on it, because of that nick, probably a 9.4 or 9.6. So, but very, very nice. And this one's about the same. It's got one little bend right there in the exact same spot. So probably where somebody pulled it off the rack or something. Really, really nice copies of those books. I'm very, very pleased with that. So I'll probably sell those three in a lot. I saw this same lot sell for like 40 bucks this morning, so shouldn't be a hard thing to get those sold. Moving on to the books that I'm going to keep. These were, nothing blow your skirt up here, just some dollar books mostly. Total Recall number 1, which is, there's only one. It's a movie special. I like to collect these movie adaptations. They're usually pretty decent. This one I've thumbed through it already. It's pretty cool. It's an exciting movie. I always loved the original movie. I don't know why they made a remake. I don't think anyone even acknowledges that there was a remake to this. So let's just stick with the original Total Recall number 1. Nice Ani movie. We got Classic X-Men number 26. I actually didn't intend to buy this book. It was double bagged, it was 2 comics in one bag, so however you want to call that. So I didn't even intend to buy that book, but pretty cool, Classic X-Men. I was collecting the run of these, if alone for the John Bolton back covers, which are pretty cool. But this is the book that I picked up that contained the Classic X-Men 26, and it is Classic X-Men 76, and that's some early Adam Hughes work. He did not sign it in the usual that you see now. Back then, a lot of them just said Hughes, like written sideways there. So that was pretty cool. I enjoy that. Let's see what else. Next we have Elektra number 1. Some great Greg Horn art there. It says violent content. This is part of the Marvel Knights series. Pretty awesome there. very happy with that. Next, we got some more early Adam Hughes. We got Voodoo #2. I don't think this book sells for a whole lot, but I mean, that's Adam Hughes. You know, that was one of those. This does have the on it, so pretty cool. You know, what can you say? It's Adam Hughes. It's very obvious that that's an Adam Hughes book. So I like, you know, digging around and finding stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So we'll move these over and make room for a few more. We got Wolverine #150. I don't know why that wasn't in the other batch. But, you know, anytime, these were all $1 each when I bought them. So anytime you can pick up Dynamic Forces signed, not signed, but the Dynamic Forces seal. It's got the number on there. And it's one of, especially a limited series of 7,500 copies. My goodness, what a limited series. So, so that is pretty cool, though. Didn't have that one in the collection, so why not? Next, we got Gen 13 #0, J. Scott Campbell cover. I actually thought about selling this one, but I guess they don't go for very much. But it's pretty cool. I don't have too much J. Scott Campbell work in my collection because I kind of find the female faces, the rest of the body, he does amazing work. But the female faces all kind of look like little mice to me. They look like anamorphic mice. So I don't really care for that. It kind of looks weird to me. And it doesn't look very human. It looks like an animal or an alien or something. But they're still cool and they're sexy in their own way. And sometimes it really works. Other times it doesn't. This doesn't look too bad. Here's another one, Gen 13 #4. Kind of like the pirate stuff anyway. So that's pretty cool. And that's I like that one. That one worked out okay. So like I said, J. Scott Campbell, not real high on my list, but every now and then he's got a cover that I really do like. Speaking of not high on my list, let's get back to Rob Liefeld. And what I think is one of the best Rob Liefeld covers ever drawn. I've been circling this book. I've looked at it several times, and it just couldn't pay the money that you have to pay to get some of these books. And I'm just not a huge Liefeld fan, but this one was it's just exactly the way Beast should look. It's one of my favorite versions of Beast here. Of course, I like Jim Lee's version, but man, that is just perfect. I love that version of Beast because when I think of the way that Liefeld draws muscles and how everything's really tight and crazy and really harsh, it doesn't work for a lot of characters. But I do think it works for the more visceral and attacking type characters like Beast. So that is absolutely perfect. And you say Rob Liefeld can't draw feet? There's a perfect foot right there. It's even on the right leg, so you can't miss that. Now I kind of ignore the crappy cable in the background with the mohawk or whatever the heck that is. That looks terrible. And you know, the gun with no trigger and all that kind of stuff. Classic Liefeld stuff there. But if you ignore all that and you just look at that badass Beast, man, that is tough. Love it. It's got a little bit of a wrinkle to it, so probably going to throw that in the press this weekend, as I like to do. So that's it. So I hope you all enjoyed my quick little haul. We will leave you with a copy of, let's go with the Voodoo. I'll leave you with a copy of Adam Hughes' Voodoo #2. So I thank you all. Check me out in the next time, and when you all are done picking up all your antique hauls and garage sales, and you guys do great. I have a hard time in my area with that kind of stuff. I find like NASCAR cars and a lot of NASCAR junk in my area. Pretty much it. Some sports stuff, but mostly it's just NASCAR junk and Beanie Babies. NASCARs and Beanie Babies. So anyway, found a little bit of a comic haul. Probably never find any more comics there again, but they'll keep me coming back once a month. I'll check and see if they picked up any more, but I bet it's the same comics over and over again. So, oh well. Hope y'all enjoyed that, and we'll catch you on the next one. So this is BUB'S Comics saying, read a comic. Bye.